All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to finals day. We got so much going on. So many big matches coming up. We've got the final of Stuttgart. We've got the final of Munich. We've got the final of Barcelona. And there's also the final of Rouen as well, which is the tournament that I guess has kind of gone under the radar because there hasn't been too many big names over there. But Stuttgart starts first. And that's starting in like 10 minutes. It's weird that it starts so early. Usually finals day, we don't start at like 1 o'clock. It usually starts at 3 o'clock. We get into it later, but I'm not mad that it's starting early because that means we can also watch the Barcelona final without having to worry about this one. And also, I think Madrid draw's coming out tomorrow or today or at some stage. It'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise. We'll see what happens. But Rybakina taking on Muchova. This is going to be really interesting because Muchova's had a great run, beating players she hasn't beaten before. This is the first player in the last couple of days that she's playing that she's actually got a good record against, or a winning record, including a win this year. Pre-Australian Open win over Rybakina, which is a huge win. Obviously, Rybakina went on to win the Australian Open after that, so Muchova got a nice win there. Rybakina, she almost went out to Fernandez in the quarterfinals, and then she took out Andreeva after the first set was close, but then it looked like Andreeva kind of ran out of steam. So very interesting to see how this one plays. Muchova, if she wins, she'll get close to top 10. It'll be her third title ever, which is weird because before this year she had one title. But she's been to Grand Slam finals. She's been to big finals before. She won a 1,000. She's won a 250. If she wins this, it'll be a 500. Then she just got to win a slam and she can complete the set of tournaments in that way, one of each. But, Muchova's having a hell of a week. And got to be feeling confident coming into this one because she beat Gauff after not beating Gauff ever. She beat Svitolina after never beating Svitolina. And now she's taking on Rybakina, who she's beaten this year. So she's got to be feeling pretty happy about how she's going to go. The favorite is Rybakina, obviously. But, yeah, Rybakina's already won this tournament before, too. She's already won this trophy before as well. But how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Won't be staying long. It's a rare, beautiful day in the UK. Yeah, go outside. Get some... go see the sun in the UK. That's never... I know how it is. I know how it is. If the sun's out, you can't see inside. Not for British weather. Gaboli will school Shelton on clay. Okay, we'll see. We'll watch that. Well, that's coming up in like 45 minutes, so we'll watch that as well. Gaboli Shelton. And again, I don't think there's a reason why the finals are starting so early, but we all guessed yesterday that maybe it's because of the football that's happening later with Bayern Munich possibly winning the title today. Maybe that's why they've kind of mixed it up and put the finals on early. Last year, I mean, maybe they did it last year. I just don't remember. But we'll see. The sun's out, and I am sitting inside to watch this. Hey, that is commitment. Look, I'm known to stay inside many a sunny day. I'd go outside in the rain. Not even joking. What have we been up to, though, Chad? Has anyone been up to anything fun over the weekend? Any fun adventures? Has anybody done anything interesting this weekend? I have... What did I do today? I went and picked up something, a phone that looks like a telephone booth from like a London booth, it's like this big. I can't get it; it's too big, and I've already hooked it up. A huge like London phone booth with a telephone inside. Works perfectly, looks great. And then on the way back, I went to an art gallery that had this crazy art from like someone in the 40s, but like the art gallery was at the place that he did the art, so it was like his house. And then there were sculptures all around the park. It was crazy. And then I went to a thrift store because, of course, I did. I found some cool stuff there, including a skateboard. So, yay. How did I carry it? I drove. I have a car. I drove. I took my car. I didn't take the train this time. What kind of art? I want to say, well, it's definitely a painting, but I don't know if it was. I think it was acrylic paint, like acrylic painting from artists from like in the 1940s and 50s. Yeah, it was just kind of like this weird, like creepy kind of art. Cool. I think Sinner will not play Rome. Needs to rest for the Grand Slams. Yeah. It's funny that he's playing Madrid. Again, he hasn't pulled out of Madrid. And word on the street is that he's playing. So that's interesting. Whether or not the word on the street matches what he does, we'll find out tomorrow when the draw comes out. But yeah. Yeah, I heard that he's playing Madrid. I've heard that as well. So yeah. That's good for us. It's great for us because we get to watch Sinner next week. Even though Djokovic and Alcaraz are not going to be there, we still get to have Sinner. Zverev obviously is there. Zverev won't have to play Sinner until the final, so that's good for him. He can avoid him to the final. Yeah. If he wins Madrid, it's like 4 Masters in a season, yeah. I wonder if that's maybe why he's playing. And I know I've said this before that Sinner doesn't... I'm sure these players don't care about Golden Masters and stuff, but winning 4 1000s in a row, I wonder if that... 4 to start the season, 5 in a row. I wonder if that is some sort of like a little bit of an edge to go, okay, I want to keep this going. I want to try and create that little bit of history, to keep, to win those events in a row. I wonder if that's why. Also, maybe he does want to extend his lead over Alcaraz on the rankings because obviously last year he didn't play Madrid. So yeah, there's probably a couple of those reasons, right? Will Caboli's game be starting while this match is on? Yeah. So that's going to be starting in about 35 minutes. So we're going to have to do a double header. But that's all right. Shelton Caboli's going to be a banger, so. I would not be able to watch another Sasha versus Sinner final. Yeah, look, I mean, there could be some other finals that we get. Sick of Sasha versus Sinner. Well, look, it can only happen in semi-finals, so, it won't be happening in the semis. So it won't happen in the final then. Who do you think will win, Shelton or Caboli? Caboli looked so good yesterday. Shelton looked good this week too, though. But Caboli was he was on another level yesterday. He was playing some tennis. Caboli for the win? Cool. But if he skips one and wins the next, won't that still continue the streak? It will technically, but when we look back at history, when you look back at the list of champions and it goes Sinner, 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 somebody else, Sinner, 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 right? Why people will ask why didn't he win Madrid? So I guess it's just to have that when you look back in history. I know he's probably not doing it for that reason. He's probably doing it because he wants to play more clay tennis. But for us, for the history books, to see his name consecutive 1000s just going bang, 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 that in 20 years time, 30 years time is what people remember. People won't remember that he withdrew from Madrid and then there's a big, I don't know, Auger-Aliassime won Madrid. Oh, well, why did it go Sinner, 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 somebody else Sinner, right? If Sinner goes on and wins more, right? So I think it's more just for that continuous, that continuity, right? To have those Masters in a row on the record. Again, I don't think he probably doesn't give a shit about any of this, but we do. This is just fan service, right? This is all for us. He's playing for our entertainment. Playing more clay tennis would make more sense. Yeah, look. And if he loses in Madrid, I reckon he plays Rome either way because he didn't play he didn't get much time to play last year, and he probably wants to make the most of it this year. I wonder if after he won't. I don't think he'll play grass until Wimbledon. I reckon he might, if he keeps winning and he keeps doing well. Let's say semi-finals and consecutive over the next couple of times. He might not play Halle and then go play Wimbledon with no warm up because he just played so much tennis, right? Yeah, there's word on the street that Sinner has confirmed that he's playing Madrid. But we've got to wait for the draw to come out because when the draw comes out, that's when it's locked and loaded and official, right? We have to wait until that happens. Rome's being his home tournament. Well, yeah, that's it. And he also has, defending finalist, right? Super excited for this one. My fave players are Keys, Rybakina, and Muchova. Hey, win-win. Rome's home tournament. No idea if he plays. That's too much tennis. I mean, is it though? I mean, it sounds like he's played a lot of tennis, but also, if he's healthy and winning, like, why wouldn't he keep playing? I mean, Nadal didn't just play like. I know Nadal didn't have to play 2-week Masters, but like on the clay, but still, like Rafa played all the time. You know, wasn't like Rafa's like, oh, I'm too tired for Barcelona, or I can't play Madrid unless he was actually injured. Like, if you're healthy, why wouldn't Sinner just keep playing? Fatigue? Yeah, but there's going to be weeks off. By the way, Sinner, if he does play Madrid and Rome, he won't play. He won't play until like the weekend anyway. So like technically, if we want to, you know, and this is like the reason why the 2-week Masters have been sold to the players as well, is if you're a seeded player, you don't have to play as an ATP player. You play on Wednesday, ATP with first round, and then second round for the seeds Friday. But if you're Jannik Sinner, you can play Saturday. So if you win let's say he wins Madrid on the Sunday night or the Sunday, and then he doesn't play till the following Saturday in Rome for the first round, that's almost a week off. So like, technically, he gets like even this week, right? He had this week off. He probably won't play until Saturday night, maybe Friday night next week. So that's kind of 2 weeks since he won, like almost 2 weeks since he won Monte Carlo, right? So, I mean, again, that's why these 12-day or 10-day 12-day Masters have been kind of sold as like, hey, well, you know, you won't have to play every day for 2 weeks. It's just, you know, if you get a good draw, the tournament give you some time. They can give you 6 days between matches to get ready for the next one. Is it enough though? I mean, some players have played. You know, some players have played. They lost on the Wednesday in Monte Carlo, and they played on the Monday in Barcelona. So like, it's not unusual that players get a week off, right? If you lose early in a tournament, you have to wait the next week for the next one. So, by the way, if Sinner's healthy, there's no excuse why he wouldn't play. Alcaraz not playing, fair enough. He's injured. Djokovic not playing, he's injured, right? But if Sinner's not injured, why wouldn't he play? Like, there's no reason besides like fatigue. But if that was the case, then he wouldn't have played. He wouldn't be playing. He was training in Monte Carlo yesterday. Yeah, I saw that. Sunshine double Monte Carlo, Madrid, and Grand Slam. Hey, look. I'm not Jannik Sinner's agent. I'm not Jannik Sinner's coach. I'm not making Jannik Sinner's decisions for him. Him and his team are doing it. So I don't know why he's playing every week, but he is. And I'm just trying to understand, like, okay, well, yeah, if he's healthy, why wouldn't he keep playing? And if you want to think like I can't, you want to give me all the reasons why you think he shouldn't play, you should probably tell him, because he's not listening to me and I'm not talking to him. You know what I mean? Like, you telling me that he, but he's going to get tired, Cam. Okay, cool. Tell him that. Don't tell him. Why are you telling me that? Tell Aaron Cahill. Like, he's not, I don't make his decision for him. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just trying to make it sense of it, like we all are. Players walking down court. If he's healthy and he's fit and he wants to play, he's going to play. I really do wish that, like, I wish that and he won't answer these questions, and they probably won't even ask these questions, but I wish somebody would ask in the press conference, why did you choose to play Madrid? Aren't you scared of getting tired? Because that's what you all have the same question, right? We all have the same question. But he's not going to answer that question directly, right? And that question's not going to be asked to him directly, right? So, like, we're never going to know why, because he's going to be like, I feel like it. He's not going to be like, well, I want to extend my lead over Carlos, or I want to try and go for this record. Because if he says that on day one, everyone's going to be like, he's going to put so much pressure on himself, right? By saying, oh, I want to get this record. And then everyone's going to be like, well, shit, now you better get it. Like, you know what I mean? He's not going to say that. He's not going to put that on himself. He's probably just going to be like, I missed it last year. I wanted to come back. That's what he's going to say. Most likely, if he gets asked, right? He's going to be like, I missed it last year and I want to play this. I haven't been here for a while, so I want to play this tournament. That's what he's going to say. He's not going to give the, he's not going to give us any clue as to exactly why. And that's fine. It's not our business. All we need to be is grateful that he's playing. He should avoid Madrid. Again, tell him that. Yeah, and he didn't play in 2024, so my guess is that he's going to probably say, haven't been here since 2023, haven't had a chance to play this tournament much, I want to play this tournament. I miss Madrid, right? I want to be here. And fair enough. I'm not sure when the draw comes out. They're not out yet, though. They haven't come out yet. I think the draws come out tomorrow. Why are we questioning a player playing a tournament? Yeah. We should be lucky. We should be grateful because, let's be honest, Madrid was looking pretty slim when Alcaraz pulled out and Djokovic said, I'm not playing either. That was, we're starting to look at Madrid like, oh shit, this is going to be pretty tough to watch. But Sinner saying, I'm going to play, he's going to carry Madrid as long as he keeps winning. On the men's side. The women's side's going to be fine. But on the men's side, it was going to be Zverev and FAA 1 and 2. And even though they're great players, they definitely don't have the same pull as Sinner. And besides, if Sinner plays 2 matches and then goes, I don't want to play anymore, he'll pull out. You know what I mean? Like if Sinner doesn't feel, if he feels like, this is a mistake, he will withdraw from the tournament, to preserve his fatigue levels or fitness levels, right? He'll just withdraw. He'll withdraw halfway through if he doesn't feel like it was the right decision for his season. I wonder if Ruud plays. Nah, has Ruud already pulled out or not officially yet? I don't think Ruud's officially pulled out yet. If he withdraws, Madrid's cooked. Well, nah, because you got WTA. WTA is going to be stacked. So he hasn't pulled out yet? I didn't think so. I know Fritz pulled out. Draper's playing, yeah. Menchik pulled out. Djokovic and Alcaraz are gone. But yeah. So he's still playing. So yeah, but we're still missing 3 top 10 players, though. Is Alcaraz's injury serious? Serious enough not to play at home twice. I mean, he pulled out of Barcelona and then he pulled out of Madrid. I mean, if he's not playing at home, you think it must be pretty serious. But Alcaraz not playing, not trying to play at home is that's not good. Pretty serious not to play Madrid and pull out of Barcelona. Yeah, I think once he pulled out of Barcelona, that was the big one, right? That was the holy shit moment, right? Because he played with an injury in the final last year. Players are warming up. By the way, these two have played 3 times. It's 2-1 in favor of Muchova. They played at the start of the year. 3-set at Brisbane, and Muchova got the win. They also played Indian Wells a couple of years ago and US Open 2019. Last 2 matches they've played have been 3-setters. They've never played on clay. And I mean, Muchova's been on a week. She's been on an absolute tear this week. So, yeah. She's beaten Sasnovich. She's played 3 3-setters, though. That's the problem. Mertens, Gauff, Svitolina played 3 3-setters. So how is she going to be physically if this match goes the distance? But then again, it's not going to be a long match because Rybakina doesn't play long matches. She gets through pretty quick. Yeah, if Alcaraz pulls out of Rome, then we're going to worry. Yeah. That's when we got to think, well, this could be pretty bad. All right. Here we go. Last couple of serves, and then we will get this started. We also have the men's final in Munich happening as well in about 30 minutes, so we'll get to that as well. Big, big day. And then we've got Rublev versus Fils in Barcelona to finish off the day. It'd be great if Muchova wins. She's beaten both Gauff and Svitolina for the first time. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, Deb, I don't know if it's if his injuries are similar to Dominic Thiem because it's too early to tell. But I don't think so. I think it's... I know they said wrist, but he has had forearm injuries before, so... Yeah, but I don't know how... Like, nobody's compared it to Thiem's injury. Also, it's too early to tell because he's hasn't pulled out for, like... You know, Thiem didn't play for months, right? So... It's probably just an injury. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we're gonna hope, right, that it's not that it's only he's pulling out of these tournaments because he's worried it could get worse, like precautionary, hopefully, more than he's just like he's going to be out for months and months because he's got to get surgery and stuff, right? I mean, I remember when Thiem got injured, he didn't play. He pulled out of a lot of tournaments and then didn't play for a long time and then got surgery, right? Whereas Alcaraz hasn't. He's only pulled out of one tournament since. So we got to. Yeah. But yeah, that's the scary thing, right? Del Potro also had a wrist injury, right? So we got to, wrist injuries. That's probably why he's pulled out of this, because he's of Madrid, right? Because he probably knows that, yeah, even Kyrgios, right? I mean, these guys have, wrist injuries can linger. So for him, it's probably best to just try and not make it worse by forcing himself to play, All right, here we go, chat. Who you got? I'm going to go Rybakina in 3, but let's see what Muchova can do. She's been playing great. Rybakina serves in the backhand of Muchova, backing out from Rybakina. As Muchova backhand into the forehand of Rybakina. Muchova forehand goes long. The first point of the match goes to Rybakina, 15-love. 15-love. All right. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the backhand return goes into the forehand of Rybakina, but Rybakina in the net. It's 15-0. 15-all. Rybakina 2, Rybakina 2, Rybakina 3, Rybakina wins. Rybakina will win, okay. Rybakina 2, all right. There's a bit of fault from Rybakina, second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Rybakina, forehand from Muchova. As Rybakina forehand again, Muchova hits it long. Rybakina must hit the baseline because Muchova's looking at it strange. Yeah, nice shot, Rybakina, 30-15. 30-15. By the way, chat, we're almost at 200 likes already. Thank you for that. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. And maybe at the end of this stream, I'll show you my cool new phone that is, like, I'm very happy with it. And no, it's not an iPhone. It's way cooler than that. 30-15. Backhand return up the line to the forehand of Rybakina. Open court is long by Rybakina. It's 30-0. All right. Rybakina in a little trouble here. 30-0. Rybakina just shrugging the shoulders. It's going, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, 30-0. Serve down the tee is good. Rybakina now with a forehand. Winner cross court. There's a serve up the tee. Forehand open court. Classic tennis strategy. The 1-2 punch. (40-30). And there's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve, Rybakina. Into the forehand of Muchova. Muchova hits a long. Rybakina holds. First game of the final. 1-love. Is Vukov there? I'm guessing so, because he was there yesterday. And chat, surprise, surprise. Vukov gets there. She plays better than she has all week. I mean, say what you will about Vukov, right? You might not like him. You might have gone down rabbit holes in Twitter threads and Reddit stories and heard things that I have. I mean, I'm going to say are not true because we haven't heard anything else, right? You might have gone down those rabbit holes and gone, oh, this guy might be a bit shifty. But all that aside, him being there makes her play better. Like, she doesn't win the Australian Open if he's not sitting in the box. Because she didn't win the Australian Open last year when he was kicked out of it, when he wasn't allowed to be there, right? Again, you might not like him, but she plays better when he's there. And the proof is yesterday and today, because she's starting on fire now, love 15. Because with Fernandez, he wasn't there, and she was playing terrible. She was playing terrible. It's funny, because we always used to say with Alcaraz, right? When Juan Carlos would skip a tournament, like, oh no, Alcaraz without Juan Carlos, how's it going to go? It was fine. He would win anyway. Remember how he didn't play? He wasn't there for Queen's Cup? Like, oh shit, he's gone. He's gone. And then Alcaraz would win anyway. Rybakina, no coach, no Rybakina. That's what it seems to be a little bit. And she hits that one out 15-0. And I mean, you'd have to watch every single Rybakina match to know whether he was there or not, and then do a head-to-head of like, when he's there, when did she win? When he's not there, does she lose? And what is like the record of her win-loss when he's there and not there? That would be something that you would take a lot of time, and you'd have to probably, quit your job to try and do. But yeah, somebody might be out there and can do that. Who wants to be the Rybakina expert and figure that out? Drop shot, Muchova, that's a good shot. Rybakina puts it back, a drop shot. Muchova gets there with a slice. No, she doesn't. She didn't get there in time. And Rybakina put away the volley anyway, so she would have won the point anyway. All right, 15-30. Great drop shot off the drop shot from Rybakina. Yeah, that was great. By the way, Muchova did get to that. So I have no idea what the umpire was watching, but that Muchova did seem to get to that. 15-30. Also, I don't think you can challenge those kind of calls at a WTA 500 level. I don't know if the rules. I think the rule is you can only challenge on you can only do video review on 1000s. I think. Anyways, forehand goes long by Rybakina 30-0. Muchova looked like she got to that. No, 30-0. Muchova, by the way, has got a new coach. Sven, I know we talked about this before. She has one of the superstar coaches. And starting from this year, Sven Groneveld has worked with Monica Seles, Maria Sharapova, Caroline Wozniacki, Anna Ivanovic, Mary Pierce, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, Tommy Haas, Greg Rosetsky, and Michael Stitch, among other players. Superstar coach. Superstar resume. Like, that is a resume of a... Now, she's down a break point now. All right, 30-40. All right, 30-40. But he is, like, one of those coaches that has the resume, like a Wim Fizet, right? He's in the same category as a Wim Fizet or a Patrick Mouratoglou, even a Darren Cahill, Brad Gilbert. Like, this is who is coaching Muchova. This is one of those kind of coaches. One of those coaches with that resume of all these star players. I mean, he's coached Monica Seles. Like, we're talking like this guy's been around since the 90s. 30-40, second serve. Yeah, that is an impressive resume, yeah. And now we're working with Muchova, and so far she's won the biggest trophy of her life with him in the box. So Coincidence? I don't think not. I'd probably not. Anyways, backhand is good by Rybakina. The forehand goes wide by Muchova. And Rybakina breaks 2-love. 2-0. Oh, Morven. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. That would take a long time to go through every single one of her matches and see if the coach is there. I don't even know if you'll be able to find that out half the time because they don't always show the coach. All right. We start with a break. 2-love Rybakina. Rybakina serves. Into the forehand, and Muchova return goes into the forehand. Rybakina up the line's a great shot. Muchova slice. And then Rybakina comes in and puts it away. I'll tell you what it is with Rybakina too, is that her service motion, right? She's got one of the... She has the best serve in the competition, right? She's the best server on the WTA. Her serve is so simple. Like, it's such... And look, being, 6 foot tall, right? That helps, right? If she wasn't 6 foot, her serve wouldn't have the pop, wouldn't do... Being that tall helps a lot. As I hit the tape and goes into the backhand of Rybakina, Muchova puts up a lob. Rybakina puts away the volley, and it's 30-love. But she just, does not muck around. She just throws the ball up, bang, and hits it. Nothing, no mucking around, no, doing any tricks or anything like that. Just super simple. Throw the ball, hit it. And again, it does help that she's tall, but it's just such a simple action. It is such an easy service action. She bounces the ball a few times. She leans back. She throws the ball up and she hits it. She throws the ball up straight to it. It's not like she throws it over her head. She throws it to the side. She throws it up dead straight. Ball toss in the right position every time. Hits it on the same, ball toss is the same height every time. She slaps the ball. Oh, yeah. So, it's just such a simple serve. But it's so effective. And again, if she wasn't 6 foot, if she wasn't tall, didn't have the power, and it was, if she didn't have that power on the serve, maybe it would be a little bit more complicated. But for her, it's it is perfect. It is such a good serve. And that's if you want to learn how to serve, copy Rybakina, at least with the action, because she is just, it's just such a clean serve. 40-15 as she hits a winner down the line. 40-15. By the way, Vukov is there. And who knows? Surprise, surprise, she's winning. 40-15. I mean, Rybakina's serve is how you would teach somebody to serve for the first time. She hits a slice winner down the line, 3-love. By the way, it's not like Federer's serve. If you look at his feet, that is an unusual. If you're coaching how to, or you're getting taught how to serve, especially maybe not initially, because initially when you're trying to serve, you're trying to get it in. But when you learn to serve it, and you want to try and, and your coach tries to, get you to move your feet a bit more and get your feet moving into it and bend your knees and all that kind of stuff. The way that she slides her back foot to her other foot and then kind of does that little jump that you see, Federer never did that. Federer would always keep his feet shoulder width apart and kind of lunge in with two legs. That's not something that you would be advised to do as a club player, right? That wouldn't be a natural service action. You always, it's called weight transference, right? So you watch Rybakina and even Muchova, and you'll see it with most players. They serve like this, right? As they bring their racket down, they'll move their weight back to their back leg, and then as they move forward, so they'll toss the ball up, toss the ball a little bit forward, so they're lunging into it. They'll bring their back foot up to touch their other foot, and then they'll jump in to get with both feet, right? Federer brings it back, and then he kind of has both feet, and he kind of jumps in with both feet, spread out, and that's unusual. It's very hard to time as well. It's an unusual. Federer's above the waist. What he does here is, pretty normal. It's not like Andy Roddick where he does the whole hand thing. But the feet, what Federer does with his feet is not a typical service action. And again, you watch everybody's feet when they serve, you'll see they bring their back foot up to their other foot and then they lunge into the court. Or they jump in. Rybakina does that exactly what you would teach any level of tennis player to serve like. Like Rybakina has that, like just such a technically basic serve, but it's just, she does it perfectly. Doesn't have to do anything fancy. Doesn't have to do any like, lunging. Even Muchova, like look at her serve. It's very, like it's a simple serve. Don't have to do any fancy things. No, like, it's the way that you would get taught if you went down to the local club. They would teach you how to serve like that. But they just do it at such a high level and they do it perfect. 15 love. And Muchova serves out wide. The backhand of Rybakina. Muchova backing up the line. As Rybakina hits a forehand cross court. Muchova gets it back, but hits it wide. And it's 15-0. 15-0. Yeah, Rybakina is the best server in the WTA. She could be, like, once it's all said and done, give it 5-10 years from now, we might be thinking Rybakina was one of the greatest servers of all time. Once we get to, like, whenever she retires, 5-10 years from now, probably more like 10 years from now, her serve, we could be looking at that, like, as one of the greatest serves we've ever seen. Yeah, we're doing a double header. It's going to start in about 10-15 minutes. Backhand return goes to forehand Muchova. Muchova in the net, 15-30. 15-30. All right, 15-30. Chance for a double break here, Rybakina. Federer's an amazing player, but it shouldn't be someone to copy. Oh, no. No. You'll just get angry at yourself. Trust me. As that goes out by Rybakina, it's 30-0. Yeah, Federer is not somebody... Federer is somebody to admire, but definitely not somebody to copy. Like, you don't want to copy his one-handed backhand. And if you have a two-handed backhand, you're like, I want to be like Federer. No. Stick to the two hands. Be like Alcaraz. Like, you don't want to copy Federer. Like, that's just admire it. But trying to copy him is going to annoy the shit out of you. Trust me. It's not like there's a reason why there is no other Federer, right? He's literally one of a kind. No one's ever been like him or will be like him. So copying him is going to it's just going to make you feel bad. So try and go for someone like a little bit more conventional. 40-30. Better off copying like Stan if you go one-hander, or someone like I don't know. Yeah, maybe even like a Musetti, right? If you want to go for one-handers. All right, Muchova holds 3-1. 3-1. Muchova on the board. $16 minutes into this final. Muchova avoids that double break. Here we go. Serve to the back of Muchova. Return in the net. And it's 15 love. 15 love. You can't trust Rybakina. She makes me nervous. I mean, why couldn't you trust her? She's pretty good. She wins. I mean, she's only been losing to Sabalenka recently. Slice goes into the forehand of Rybakina. Forehand slice from Muchova. In comes Rybakina with a forehand drive volley. Beautiful shot. 30 love. What's the plan for 300K? I have no idea. I'll be honest. I'm just thinking of, like, when do we start Madrid? How are we going to get through that? Like, I don't know when. Yeah. Hopefully we don't hit 300K until after Wimbledon, so I can actually get some time to think about what to do. Because I'm just thinking about, okay, what do I have to do for Madrid? What are we doing for Rome? If I have to throw in a 300K party at the same time, it's going to be hard to juggle. But maybe we'll do something before the French if we get there before the French, but I don't think we will. All right, 40 love. It would be, if we get there after Roland Garros, like before Wimbledon, we can do something then. That'd be great. It's a pretty chill vibe, but yeah. To be honest, I don't even know. I have no idea. I haven't thought about it yet. 40 love. And an ace. All right, 4-1. 4-1. All right. Have you got Rublev or Feast in the final for Barcelona? I mean, I would love Feast to win, but I feel like it's Rublev's. It's Rublev's title. We'll talk about that later because that's coming on in about 3 hours. Hey, Andre, thank you for the 16 months. Appreciate that. Thanks for sticking around. By the way, Caboli and Shelton are dead even, apparently. They played a lot. This is the 6th time they've played. Can you believe that? It's crazy. All right. Here we go. 4-1, first set. Feast is surprisingly decent size favorite. Is he? I would have thought it'd be 50-50. I wouldn't think that Feast would... I thought Rublev maybe would be favorite. I guess Feast has been playing well, though. Shelton beat him the last couple of times. Yeah, Shelton's won the last 3, right? All right, we'll get that one kicked off soon. By the way, the weather looks so shitty in Munich. Hope we get through. God, I hope we get through. Weather looks crap. Cloudy. Miserable. Ugh. All right. Muchova just putting some eye drops in. All right, 4-1. Rybakina with the break. Muchova is going to serve. So the backhand slice. The backhand slice of Rybakina. Muchova slicing the net. Love 15. Love 15. I tell you though, Caboli looked so good yesterday against Zverev. And I know he's playing for, more than himself yesterday. It was an emotional victory, but God, he was on fire. Caboli. He was just ripping through Zverev. Like, that was some top 10 level stuff. Backhand return the forehand of Muchova. Forehand out from Rybakina. Goes long and it's 15-0. No, Sinner's playing Madrid. He hasn't pulled out of Madrid. Feast beat Rublev 2 and 3 in Monte Carlo last year. That's probably why he's favourite. Oh, okay. Ace down the tee. Muchova, 30-15. Great serve, Muchova. 30-15. Caboli, Shelton on soon. Yep, we're going to start that up in a little bit. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Backhand return goes into the slice of Muchova. Forehand out from Rybakina. Goes long and it's 40-15. 40-15. Muchova to stay close. 40-15. Serve out wide the forehand of Rybakina. Muchova up the line is a winner. All right. Muchova holds. It's 4-2. Let's kick off this final in Munich too. I've been in Munich twice, chat. It's great. What's going on? Welcome to the finals day. It's a big, big day. We're watching Stuttgart final right now. We've got Muchova taking on Rybakina. Rybakina's got a lead already, 4-2. And we've got Shelton Caboli in the final of Munich. And then we go to Barcelona and we watch Rublev taking on Fils. So big day. Big day. Caboli and Shelton have played a lot. I think it's a 3-2 Shelton, but they played once on clay. Caboli won that one. So, this is going to be interesting. All right, back and hits a winner, 15 love. And Shelton made the final last year, lost to Zverev. And Caboli just beat Zverev. So, I'm super impressed by Shelton. Back-to-back Munich finals. Hey, it's got to be the altitude, right? Because his game on clay, I mean, he did play well at Roland Garros too. But you would think that his game on clay, like the big serve, like how does that? But you got to think that the high altitude gives his serve, a little bit more smack, right? You got to think, how does he do in Madrid then, Shelton? Because Shelton, you got the altitude plus the fast courts in Madrid. You'd think that if Shelton gets a decent draw, he might be able to go far in Madrid. Would it be strange to see a semi-final of Sinner versus Shelton in Madrid? Probably not. Not at this rate, right? Munich's outside. All right. Who's this blonde lady? Is she an influencer because she was taking photos of herself and now she's flipping the coin? So is she famous? Should I know who that is? All right, 40 love. Ace from Rybakina. Chad, anyone know who this lady is? She's like way taller than the umpire. If she's as tall as Shelton, she's a model. I think that's a good, fair assessment, right? No, Shelton's still taller. But Shelton's like 6'4". I mean, she's as tall as Caboli. How tall is he? She's got to be a German model or something, right? Or maybe she's a skier. 5'2". Maybe she's like a professional downhill skier. She might be an athlete. Like a German Winter Olympic athlete. Can somebody help me, chat? Somebody tell me who this person is. They keep showing her. She's obviously somebody that people should know. I don't know who she is. I'm trying to find out. Who knows? That doesn't help. Caboli and Shelton having a laugh. Everybody's having a laugh, so maybe she's a comedian. I don't know. Okay, she just did a model pose, so she's clearly a figure skater. All right. Here's the final. Shelton versus Caboli. They're about to warm up. Muchova's down a break. It's 5-2. Rybakina leads. Muchova's going to serve to stay in the set. And then, yes, we've got the Barcelona final starting in about 2.5 hours. The ref called her Lena. Okay. No idea. All right, 5-2. Took her glasses off for the photo. Okay. All right. I thought somebody would know who she is. Usually, Chad, I throw to you when because I don't know a lot of people. I know tennis players. I can name a lot of tennis players. But outside of that, I'm pretty useless with guessing celebrities. You gotta help me, Chad. 4-4 rally. Now a backhand from Muchova is a drop shot. Rybakina's not going to get it. 15 love. All right, beautiful drop shot from Muchova. What's the prediction for Shelboli? I'm going to go... I want to go Shelton because I like Shelton, but I think Caboli might win it in 3. I just can't get over how Caboli played yesterday. Like the way he played yesterday against Zverev, he smoked him. So I want to pick Shelton. Heart says Shelton, head says Cobolli. All right, 15-0. The return goes wide by Rybakina. All right, we've had the name. Christoph comes in with the win. He knows who knows what he knows what's up. Her name is Lena Gerk, a German fashion model and television host. See, chat? And she's 1.8 meters tall, which is, it must be Cobolli's height. There you go. She's 38. I tell you, millennials just don't age. It's all vampires. Anyway, it's 30-all. As the return goes out by Rybakina, 40-30. She won the first season of Germany Next Top Model. There you go. We learn something every day, chat. We learn something every day. And now she's a television host. Oh, she's the host of Austria's Top Model. There you go. There you go. And she's also an amateur chess player. Maybe she attended the Winter Olympics once. Maybe that's... Hey, she probably has been to the Winter Olympics. All right, that goes out. Like you? No, Austrian. I'm Australian. It's a different country. All right, deuce. No, I didn't win Australia's Next Top Model. That wasn't me. It was somebody else. I didn't win that. I haven't even watched that show before. All right, deuce. As return goes in the net by Rybakina, advantage Muchova. All right. Boys are about to start. I don't know who's going to serve. But we'll find out in about 30 seconds. All right, advantage Muchova here to keep this set alive. I'm sure you could win Austria's Next Top Model. Look. I do believe that you can put your mind to anything. You can do whatever. You can do anything. You do anything. But I feel like that's a limit. That's a stretch. Anyways, Muchova holds. I know my limits, chat. All right, here we go. Rybakina's going to serve for the set. Muchova holds. 5-3. All right, here we go. Shelton. Sorry, Cobolli to serve. Who you got winning this one, chat? Who you got winning this one? Cobolli or Shelton? I'm gonna go Shelton because I want Shelton to win. But I think Cobolli is playing, like, if he plays like yesterday, he wins. Love 15. Shelton wins the first point. Now we're back in a forehand. Into the forehand. Muchova. Shelton with a... Shelton. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Shelton's up love 30, though. And Muchova hits it out and it's 15 love. Shelton in 3. Cobolli. All right. Can Flavio Kabulli Shelton? Let's Kabulli Shelton. We're going to use that term so much. I love watching Cobolli. I love his attitude. He's got that kind of feast kind of energy too. Like that. I mean, we've seen him play Sinner. We've seen him play Djokovic. He's got that, like, I don't care what you've done. My name is Flavio Cobolli and you should remember me. Like, I love it. He's got that confidence. He's got that swagger in him. Say what Shelton's got too, right? Like, I love that about him. So we're going to watch more Cobolli just to say he Kabullied him. Like, he's going to Kabulli a lot of people. Like, Cobolli's going to be a top 10 guy one day. He has top 10 energy. And he will bully the shit out of people. And we're going to watch it. We're going to be there for it. 15-30. Anyways, 15-all here as we got a winner there from Rybakina, 30-15. $30-15. Also, Shelton's got break points already. 15-40. Shelton's annoying. No, he's not. All right, return goes to forehand of Rybakina, but Rybakina couldn't handle it. Good return from Muchova, and it's 30-all. 30-all. Rybakina trying to get this set. As Caboli's backhand goes wide, Shelton gets the break. One love, Shelton. Chat, Shelton. I'm a massive Shelton fan. Ever since he started doing that, when he started doing that phone thing, I know he doesn't do it anymore because it was, it's a one-time thing. But as soon as I saw him doing this, I'm like, that's my guy. This is my guy, and I just love the intensity. Anyways, 30-40 break back point for Muchova. All right, 30-40. Muchova with a break point to get back on serve here. Serve out wide the back of Muchova. Forehand from Rybakina. Goes long. We're back on serve. Muchova breaks. Rybakina getting broken serving for the set. Interesting. But it's still 5-4 Rybakina. All right, Shelton breaks already. One love. He stopped because of Djokovic online trolling? Nah. He stopped because it was just, he did it for like a little bit and that's it. He didn't stop because he was getting trolled by Djokovic fans. All right, 5-4. Lovely drop shot from Shelton that time. 15 love. Because he did it, the whole phone thing was from somebody, I think it was from somebody who he also, in his graduating class, I think, from college, right? Because I think he did it like that. And then, because I saw other people from, it was one of the athletics guys, one of the track guys, I think, did it. And then he adopted that for that US Open series. He was like, I'm going to do that too for that little bit almost as a tribute to the guy that originally did it from the same college, I think. Somebody knows, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Because I remember seeing everyone's like, what's that? And then I remember seeing a guy from his college was also doing it. There's a few people that were doing it. Not because he did it first, but because he adopted it from them. Because they would win a race and then they'd do that. After he would win the race. I think. Pretty sure. 5-4. Muchova back on serve here. Shelton hits a long 15-30. Shelton in trouble now. After getting the early break. An homage. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was, right? And that during that US Open series, that's what he was doing it for, in Cincinnati and Canada. I'm pretty sure. It was just that, between Wimbledon and the US Open, he kind of was doing it when he was playing at home. Great volley from Rybakina, love 15. All right, love 15. Shelton 30-all with a great serve. Beautiful volley though, Rybakina. She's getting better at the net, Rybakina. As a backhand slice from Muchova goes into the backhand of Rybakina. Muchova on the stretch, goes in the net, love 30. And this was always going to be a danger. Love 30. Shelton serves down the tee, a fault. Second serve. Shelton serves, by the way, they're just so, like, they just seem to have so much, like, power behind them. Like, obviously he hits the ball, he serves big, but, like, watching his serve, you're just like, geez, that would break your arm. Like, he's just got that, like, like, heavy power. All right, 15-30. Muchova trying to survive. Also, break-back point for Caboli, 30-40. Great serve from Muchova down the tee. 15-30 as Muchova serves again. Great serve again. Shelton, he comes in with the volley and puts it away. Great play, serve and volley. Deuce. As the backhand return goes out by Rybakina, Muchova gets the 30-0. All right, 30-0. As Muchova serves again. A fault. Second serve. All right. Backhand return from Rybakina to the front of Muchova. Rybakina backhand to the backhand of Muchova. Again to the backhand of Rybakina. That's a great shot. Muchova slices it back. Rybakina with a drop shot in the net. Oh, she had the winner. But she went for the drop shot and she missed it. And it's 40-30. Muchova to level. All right, advantage Caboli to take back the break to start this match. Shelton serves to the front of Caboli. Return goes to the front of Shelton. It's a drop shot, but it's too easy for Caboli. And he misses. Oh, no, he missed the forehand. Tried to hit it a bit too hard, and we get the deuce. All right, Muchova holds. And it's 5-5. Rybakina was up 5-2. All right, 5-5. All right, Shelton with the serve down the tee. The backhand of Caboli. Shelton forehand inside out. It's a good shot. Caboli gets it back. Shelton with a slice in the net, and Caboli's got another break point. All right, Rybakina serving again. She was up 5-2. She was kind of cruising. And now she's in a little trouble. She's got to serve. Pressure's back on. Return goes into the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand of Muchova sliced. Into the forehand of Rybakina. That's a great shot cross court for a winner. Rybakina, 15-love. And Shelton forehand again to the backhand of Caboli. Shelton with the forehand up the line. Caboli gets it back with a forehand, but he sprays it wide. And it's back to deuce. How has he missed from there? I know, right? He went straight. I think he pushed a little bit too hard because Shelton was standing right where he wanted to hit it. So he went for a little bit too much. All right, return now to the forehand of Rybakina. And Muchova hits it wide on the forehand, 30-love. This kind of feels like maybe the Andreeva-Rybakina set. Muchova needs to win this set now. Somebody said it earlier in the chat. It's not a comeback unless you win. And that is true. I've been saying that forever. It is not a comeback unless you win. And you'll put that in quotes and you can quote me on that every time. All right? Coin the term. It's not a comeback unless you win. It's not a comeback unless you win. Cam Williams. Tennis Talk. The guy with the dog. That's me. He's not a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. 30-15. I'm a collector. I collect things, all right? I have a great... You should see the collection of things I have. I'm a collector. I'm not a hoarder. I'm a thrifting enthusiast. As that goes out by Muchova on the return, 40-15. Hey, thank you, Linda, for the donation. I don't know why the donations are not showing up. Must be a double-header thing. But thank you for the $2. Go Caboli. Well, Shelton's back to deuce. The guy with the couch. Yeah, I got a couch. looks like a tennis ball. Rybakina holds with an ace. 6-5. All right, Caboli cannot get the break back yet. Shelton serves another fault. Second serve. I'll tell you, 45 minutes for a 6-5. It is a flying pace for Rybakina and Muchova. Oh, Cabolio. Sorry. Go Cabolio. My bad. Sorry, I didn't read that properly. As Shelton is that one wide. It's another break point. 12 minutes for one game in this Shelton match. So we're talking snail's pace. Collector is a fancy term for hoarder. No. There's a difference between collecting and hoarding. Hoarding is just keeping things for the sake of it. Collecting is like creating curating a collection of not just buying everything. Yeah, curator. Exactly. I curate a collection. I don't hoard for the sake of having things. I don't have an attachment to, things. It's just I'm a curator of things. There's a difference. There's a difference. Big difference. Is Sinner playing Madrid? Apparently, yeah. He is, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see if Muchova can get us to a tiebreak. I could run a museum. Maybe I will one day. Maybe I will run it. Maybe I will be I will do that. Anyway, smash from Shelton's too good. We're back to deuce. As with a forehand up the line to the backhand of Rybakina. Rybakina misses that one. 15 love. Is it safe to lock in our fantasy switches yet? No. I repeat, no. Do not lock in. You've got 3 more days. Wait until the draw comes out. Do not save your locks yet. Do not do it. Wait till the draw comes out and then make a decision. Don't lock your team in yet. As Caboli hits that one wide on the backhand, it's advantage Shelton. Do not save your team yet. Wait until the draw comes out tomorrow. Otherwise, it could be a bad idea. All right, 30 love, by the way. Muchova serves. As the return goes into the forehand of Muchova. The forehand now from Rybakina. As Muchova backhand to the backhand of Rybakina. Muchova up the line with the backhand, but she missed it wide, and it's 30-15. All right, 30-15. Three Aussie days or American days? As of right now, 3 days. Wherever you are right now, 3 days. On Cam's tombstone, it says it's not a comeback unless you win. Also, I've never hoarded. Yep. That's it. If I can be remembered for 2 things. One, it's saying that one thing I said once. And also that he was a collector, not a hoarder. 30-15. I don't want... God, I would turn in my grave if the guy was like... He also liked to buy things. Some would call him a hoarder. I will literally spin in my grave and everybody like, what was that noise? 30-all. 30-all. Chance for Rybakina to steal the set here, even though she's been winning the whole time. So, whatever. Not really a steal, but... As a return goes out by Rybakina, 40-30 Muchova. She's clutch. As long as you don't have piles on the floor, you're good. Exactly. My floors are clean. I can walk from one side to the other uninterrupted. I don't have to step over anything. By the way, Shelton's about to get that double break. Love 30. Chance for Shelton to get the double break. Muchova to get to the tie break. 40-30. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Why does Rybakina have a poor record in finals? Because she plays Sabalenka. All right, second serve. Into the backhand of Rybakina. It hit the line. Muchova left it. And we get to deuce. Shelton's got love 40 for a double break. Eat, sleep, tennis, repeat. That's it. All right. Muchova serves again. By the way, Shelton Caboli played 17 minutes for 2 games. As Muchova serves a fault, second serve. Caboli gets the forehand to the forehand of Shelton. Backhand at Caboli here. Shelton trying to get the double break. As Caboli forehand goes into the Shelton backhand. Caboli forehand up the line in the net. Shelton's got a double break. 3-love. Great start to the final for Shelton. As Muchova slices it cross court into the backhand of Rybakina. Muchova forehand goes wide, and we got a set point for Rybakina. Advantage, Rybakina. To take this first set, she's been leading the first set the entire time. She just was up 5-2 and couldn't get it done. But she might get the set anyway. All right. Serve out was an ace. Clutch. Clutch. Muchova. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right, deuce. Serve out wide as a fault from Muchova. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return winner. Beautiful shot. And it's advantage. Rybakina. Second set point. To take this first set. All right, serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in there by Rybakina, we get to deuce. God, Rybakina just doesn't want this set. All right, deuce. Yeah, Muchova's career high, number 8. All right. As Muchova sliced into the backhand of Rybakina. Muchova backhand slice. Hit the tape and went in. All right. Advantage Muchova. Shelton, by the way. 3-love, 15-0. Shelton is that guy. Yeah, Shelton just hit a great tweener too. He hit the tweener, but he missed it. Rublev and Feast is coming on in like 2 hours. All right, advantage Muchova to get to the tiebreak. That was the chair. Shelton comes in, but Caboli's going to pass. Shelton's there with the volley, though. Puts it away 30-15. All right, Muchova serves again. As the return goes in to the forehand of Rybakina. Muchova gets it back with a slice. Rybakina forehand. Muchova gets there with a forehand again, but it doesn't make the net. It's back to deuce. I think Shelton's saying it's windy out there. It is a little breezy. I think it might be a little windier over in Munich. And Shelton hits a lovely forehand, but I think it was out by Caboli. 40-15. All right, back to deuce. Again. Muchova in trouble. Serving to the backhand of Rybakina. Return winner. What a shot. Beautiful return. I don't think she meant to hit it that good. She was just trying to get it back, and it ended up being one of the best shots of the day. What a return. That was a great backhand. All right. Set point again. Number 3 set point here. As Muchova serves. No, she doesn't. That ball toss would have been shocker. Serving to the back and Rybakina. Return goes in the form of Muchova. Oh, Muchova hits it long. And Rybakina with the shake of the fist. All right, 7-5. She takes the first. Finally. Finally takes it. That was a bit of a marathon. Towards the end anyway. She was up 5-2. She gets a 7-5. And she is a set up in this final. Some great shots by Rybakina to finish that set too. That backhand inside-out shot was a beautiful return winner. All right, stats. 3 aces to 2 in favor of Rybakina. 20 winners for Rybakina, 7 for Muchova. I don't know how many unforced errors. They're not going to tell me. Only the 1 break point for Muchova. She took it, which got her back in the set, but Rybakina 2 out of 4. And the serving of Rybakina, as always, was the key. Also, Rybakina winning 7 out of 8 points at the net. That is rare. That is very rare. 7 out of 8 at the net. Definitely something she's improved on. And probably because of Sabalenka having improved all those little things. Drop shots, obviously always was good at the net because of the doubles play. But, yeah, it's just interesting to see Rybakina, adding to that and getting better at those things. The reaction. Oh, the reaction from the coaches is hilarious. You've got 3 out of the 4 coaches standing and clapping, and you've got Vukov like this. We should have won this 30 minutes ago. He was not impressed at all. His reaction was as if he was going for Muchova, like, oh, how did she not get to a tiebreak? You would have thought it was Rybakina's coach and Muchova's coach sitting next to each other. You wouldn't even know if you didn't know who he was. What a reaction. Just like this, he's like... Vukov is not impressed. He's like, you're up 5-2. What are you wasting time? We gotta go. I want to go watch Bayern Munich play later. What are you doing? It's one of the funniest reactions. It's funnier because all the other coaches were up and clapping, like standing ovation, and Vukov's like, I am not impressed by that. He is so... If everybody else wasn't standing up, it wouldn't be as funny. If they were all sitting there like this, it would be like, okay. But everyone's like on their feet like, yeah! And he's just like, I am not happy with that. All right, back to Rybakina serving first in the second. By the way, Cobolli is 40 love up here and hits a lovely volley. Shelton with a pass. And Cobolli in the net with a volley, and it's 40-15. Shelton's up 4-love in this final. Oh, God. The funniest... that reaction, you'll see that everywhere, chat. That reaction was like priceless. What a reaction. So funny. 15 love. You wouldn't have known that they were from the same... Like, they were all on the same team. All right, that goes out by Muchova, 30 love. Yeah, Weston, Vukov is you. You've got the similar reactions. Doesn't matter what. Rybakina could hit the best shot in the world. You'd be like, yeah, but it was, it was all right. You should have won that 6-2, though. As that goes out by Rybakina, 30-15. Whatever works. Hey, look. She plays better when Vukov's there. So, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Doesn't matter what, he was just not impressed. She won the set, so it don't really matter, does it? All right, Shelton also serving with a 4-1 lead. You got the double break, Shelton. Cobolli's trying to keep things going. 40-15. As Rybakina says the fault second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina puts it away. All right. 1-love Rybakina in the second. 1-0. Bukov was not impressed. It's the funniest reaction ever. like he didn't even clap. Like, think of the two reactions you would have seen from a coach, both positive and negative, right? The most positive coach would be on their feet throwing fists, right? Yeah, let's go, let's go. And then the opposite of that would be somebody sitting there shaking their head like, not impressed. That is what it was. It was one coach on their feet going like crazy and the other coach shaking their head as if it was like a 6-0 loss. Like, it was the funniest shit ever. Like, watch that replay. It's so funny. Like, you would have thought that was somebody else. You would have thought that was Muchova's coach sitting next to Rybakina's coach. I'm sure Muchova's coach had more experience. He was probably like, yeah, let's keep going. He was probably more excited than Bukov was after the win. All right, 4 up the line of the back of Muchova. Let's get back to it. That was a good laugh. Anyways, 15-0. If I find, I'm going to retweet it, all right? If I can see it, I'll retweet it if I find that reaction, because that reaction was hilarious. That should be a meme. Somebody should meme that, because that reaction was absolutely priceless. Somebody meme that and just be like, when your team's down by 50 and they score, like, you know, then they do a highlight shot. Like, if Essendon's losing by 50 and then we finally kick like a ridiculous goal, I'm still like, where was that half an hour ago? When your team's down and they do something impressive. Hey, I found it. I retweeted it. Go check it out. That is the funniest shit ever. You watch that, you tell me it's not funny. 15-30, Rybakina looking for that break. Shelton's at 30-15, by the way. He's looking to get this first set. As a return from Rybakina. Goes the back of Muchova. Muchova in the net. 15-40. 15-40. Chance to take the break here. Rybakina, first games of the second. All right, forehand goes wide by Muchova. There's the break. 2-love. This is a high-quality match between two high-quality players. Eala is way far from them. Stop the hype. I'm going to give you some advice for free. If you don't like the Eala hype, stop watching and commenting on her videos. Trust me. The way that these things work, if you watch her videos and you hate watch those videos and you comment on those videos how you're so annoyed at her hype, the more you say the word Eala, the more YouTube will think that you like Eala. They don't know that you're saying it in a bad thing. They think that, like, whatever it is, engagement's engagement, right? Whatever you say, so you're causing it yourself. The reason why you're seeing so many Eala videos is not because they're being posted, but because you're watching them all and being like, oh, I hate these videos. Don't watch them. They'll disappear from your feed. All right, 15-love. The less Eala videos you watch, the less you'll see her appear in your timeline. Trust me. That's how the algorithms work. The more you watch, the more they'll think you like them. So instead of like blaming Eala for her popularity, just don't watch her videos and watch the videos of other people, and then you'll get more of them. Anyways, Muchova with a lovely pickup, and Rybakina in the net with a volley. What was that? Was that a behind the back shot from Muchova? A nice little behind the back flick. 5-1 Shelton, by the way. Hey, Zano, thank you for the €2. Not salty, but that was an appropriate reaction. It was a funny reaction. All right. And Rybakina missed the easy volley for her. Shelton, by the way, jumping all over the place. Love 15. Beautiful smash from Shelton. As Muchova hits a return or just missed. 30-15. This feels like the first set. And Shelton hits a return winner. And he sits on the backboard. Shelton's on fire. Love 30. What a shot. Caboli kicks it out wide and Shelton just smokes it down the line. Beautiful shot, Shelton. Muchova hits in there, 40-15. And then Shelton just sits down on the advertising. He's like, yeah, that was a great shot. It was a great shot. I love 30. Shelton wants that first set breadstick. And Muchova is going to have to do it again the way that it was in the first. Backhand goes into the forehand of Muchova. As a backhand slice from a backhand in the net. It's 40-30. By the way, will Shelton be the first American to win a clay court event in Europe since, I don't even know, maybe, well, Sampras did Agassi definitely probably did, right? I'm trying to think, who was the last American male to win a European clay event? Anybody have the answer? Maybe it was like last year. I don't remember. Anyways, 15-40 as Shelton hits it in there at the return. Set point number 2, though. No, American male, though. Because I know on the women's side, it's way more common that you get Americans winning on clay. But on the men's side, American men don't do well on clay. Like Coco last year is the answer if you're talking to Americans. But, oh shit, they got the kiss cam. No, thank you, I'm married. Just don't come to me. I'm sorry, I'm married. Just no kissing cam. All right, 30-40. Set point number 3, Caboli serves. Into the back of Shelton, volley from Caboli. No. What happened? What happened? They're replaying the point, 30-40. Shelton's got his hands up in the air. Oh, was it a let? Or was it a fault? It was a late call. Anyways. Serve now from Caboli into the forehand of Shelton. Return goes to the forehand of Caboli. Shelton with a slice lob. Caboli smash. Puts it away. Deuce. Quarter 2021 won Parma in Italy. Was that on clay or was that Parma, Italy on hard courts though? Because wasn't there some Italian indoor clay hard courts? Oh, that was clay? There you go. Quarter is the answer. That makes sense. That makes sense. It would be quarter. All right, deuce. Caboli saves 3 set points. Shelton returns backhand into the forehand of Caboli. Shelton backhand to the forehand of Caboli. Caboli in the net. Advantage Shelton. Query won the Serbian Open in Belgrade 2010 as well. Okay, so it was a minute before that. AI says quarter. All right, well, good. I'm glad we're putting AI to work. Just don't let it do artwork. Don't let it do creative work. Just let it answer questions and, eventually clean my house and scrub my toilet and, wash my laundry up and, pack it away. That's what I want AI to do. And I'll do a painting. We'll put AI to work, chat. Isn't that the point of it? We get to do fun stuff while it does all the boring stuff, like answer questions about American clay court players. As that volley goes wide by Caboli. It's advantage Shelton, 5th set point. Muchova, by the way, is in big trouble, love 30. This is exactly what happened in the first set. This is exactly what happened in the first set. This is what happened in the first set. How's my ATP fantasy team doing? It's all right, because Feast is doing well. So Feast has held up the team. Yeah. All right, Shelton with the backhand into the volley. Caboli. I love saying that. Up goes a lob by Shelton. Caboli with a smash. Puts that away. 5 set point saved. As Muchova slices it into the forehand of Rybakina. Muchova forehand up the line. Rybakina gets a backhand to the slice of Muchova. As Rybakina hits a forehand, slice comes to the net. Muchova passes a lob, but it goes long. It would have been a great lob. Just went long. Love 40. This feels like the first set. All right, Caboli just trying to not get broken to lose this set here. All right, forehand from Shelton to the back of Caboli. Shelton with a forehand winner. And it's another set point for Shelton. Set point number 6. All right, Muchova. She saves one with a beautiful inside-out forehand. 15-40. All right, set point number 6 as Caboli serves. Into the back of Shelton, but it's a... I think it's a let. Yeah, it's a let. 15-40 Muchova trying to survive. Keep this final alive as we have a forehand now from Muchova into the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina eventually hits it out 30-40. Caboli hits a winner up the line and he survives. We're back to deuce. 6 set points saved. Cam's art exhibition. Yeah, maybe one day. Lob goes up. Caboli comes in, puts away the forehand. Advantage. Caboli to make Shelton serve for the set. All right, 30-40. Still break point here for Muchova. So for Rybakina against Muchova. To take the double break, Rybakina. Muchova serves. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Good return. The backhand of Muchova. Rybakina forehand. Into the open court. Muchova slices it back. Goes long for love. She does get the double break this time. And she is in control of this final now. For love. Rybakina repeating the scoreline of the Mirra match. It does have a little bit of that vibe, doesn't it? Like running away with the second. Definitely has that vibe. All right, Shelton's going to serve for the set. Caboli saves a million break points / set points. And now it's on Shelton to hold to take the first. All right, Rybakina for love. She is on fire. And she is very close to winning another car. All right, back in the serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Muchova. Return goes long. And it's 15 love. Can Arsenal win today? Yes. Of course we can. All right, 15 love. As the return goes out by Muchova. And it's 30 love. Love. Serve again. And Muchova hits it long on the return. 40 love. All right, 40 love. All right, Shelton serving for the first set here for 5-2. As we just serve again. Fault from Rybakina. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Muchova. Rybakina wins the game. 5 love Rybakina. Muchova is going to have to do a hell of a job to get back into this. All right. Rybakina 1 game away from another trophy in Stuttgart. Any thoughts on Veronica Podres in the final of Rouen? No, I haven't been watching Rouen, so I can't comment on what she's doing. But apparently, a qualifier from the Ukraine is all I know. Having a good week, so. All right, 15 love here, Shelton. He's had 6 set points already. As they're backing up the line of the slice of Shelton, backing out Caboli in the net. 30 love. 30 love. You think it's in the bag for Elena? I mean, it would be a hell of a comeback for Muchova. She can get this. Does this copy paste the semis? Yeah. I mean, this is what the first set could have looked like too. That's why Vukov was so annoyed. Because he knows that if she doesn't get broken back, she probably wins a set 6-3. Shelton, 30 love. Make that 40 love. Great serve. 40 love Shelton to take the first set. 40 love. Set point number 7. As I show the car. The yellow one, which is the one they're going to... You know what? It's probably the one that nobody wanted. So they're like, yeah, let's give that one to them. Let's give them the yellow one that nobody wanted from the showroom. The one that everyone's bypassing because it's just a really interesting taxi color shade of yellow, right? It's a real bright yellow. It's not even like a golden yellow. It's really like it's like this. It's like this like it's that yellow, right? It's like real taxi cab, yeah. So they're probably like, you know what? Let's chuck that one out there and get rid of that one. Keep all the cool looking ones in the shop. Yeah, we'll give away that ugly one. 50 love. Muchova serving to stay in the match now. Or is it green? Maybe I'm blind. Is it green? I thought it was green. I thought it was... Is it like tennis ball? Like, you know how tennis ball can be green or... It's either green or yellow? Is it tennis ball color? Is that what it is? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's not because they were getting rid of it. It's like lemon yellow. It's lemon yellow. Maybe the lights make it look worse than it is. We'll see when she does donuts and burnouts on the court. Anyways, volley from Shelton. Caboli keeps getting it back, but Shelton eventually wins the set. I think that was like his 9th set point. Finally gets it done. 6-2. It was a long-ass set. Hey, Vladimir, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Welcome. It's a light green, I guess. Okay, it's confusing. All right, 30 love Muchova. I can see yellow and green. I know, now I'm blind. Now I'm confused. Maybe it is green. A really light green. It must be the lights. Maybe the light is making it yeah. By the way, 9.1 performance rating for Shelton first set. 7.3 for Caboli. 9.1 Shelton. That is phenomenal. All right, 40 love Muchova to just get a game in this final and to not go down without a little bit of a fight. And she serves an ace, I think. No? Yes. Maybe? No. Double fault. The opposite. The umpire just gave away the point. What happened? Oh, is it Rybakina hit a winner? Okay. 40-15. Sure. 40-15. As Muchova serves again. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Return goes back into Muchova. Muchova in the net. 40-30. Yeah, you could just get the car resprayed. I mean, part of the prize money, you just be like, yeah, I want it in red or black. You can just get it. These players can just get it changed. Well, they can afford to. Highlighter yellow. Yeah, it's got a little bit of highlighter yellow vibe. Highlighter yellow is the vibe. That is definitely the vibe. Return is out by Rybakina 5-1. Rybakina's going to serve for this match. Muchova does not get bageled. By the way, chat, even if Muchova does lose this match, it's been a great week. She's had a hell of a week. She's beaten 2 players she's never beaten before. She's made it to another final in 2026. I mean, and it's the first big clay, or second big clay tournament of the season, right? And she'll go to Madrid with all kinds of confidence. 5-1. Rybakina serves for the championship. Backhand return. Goes into the forehand of Rybakina. Muchova backhand. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Muchova slice in the net. And it's 15 love. Yeah, she's only this far away from top 10 again. So over the next couple of weeks, we'll be tracking that. Monitoring that. See, I can say it. I can say that word. It's easy. Monitoring. See? Serving to the back end of Muchova. Muchova hits it out. 30 love. Rybakina wins at least one clay tournament every year. Yeah. She definitely can play on clay. $30 love. Serving to the back end of Muchova. Return goes in the forehand of Rybakina. Muchova forehand on the stretch. In the net. 40 love. We've got 3 championship points for Elena Rybakina to take home that car and a trophy and another trophy for the season. 40 love. Rybakina serves. Down the tee. Muchova returns a slice, but it's long. There it is. Rybakina walks to the net. A champion. And they shake hands. And Muchova's like, hey, you want another car? And she's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Maybe that's why Vukov showed up halfway through, because she can't drive it off the lot. He's got to... She's like, hey, look, I know you're on holiday, but I need you to come here because I might win this car. And he's like, oh, shit, all right. That's probably why he's there. That's why he was shaking his head. He's like, oh, God, she's going to win now. He's like, I don't want that color. I don't want that car. That was the payment. That was the payment. He's getting paid with that car. He's like, oh, God. Can I have a different colored one? Can I have the blue one? All right. I want to know. I want to see her driving this car off the lot. All right. It goes to Rybakina. The Stuttgart Open. Good win for Rybakina. Good week. She obviously saved championship points along the way. It's been a good week. Sorry, match points along the way, not championship points. She's high-fiving the coaches, and Vukov's like, yeah, you did okay. You played all right. I mean, you should have probably won it 2-1, but... And even the other coaches are just like, don't worry, we're proud of you. And Vukov's just like, I guess. It's all right. You played well. One love Caboli in the second, by the way. Shelton comes to the net. Caboli with a lob. Shelton volleys it away, and it's 30 love. I wanted to win Madrid. Rybakina could definitely win Madrid. Definitely could win Madrid. Like, Madrid feels like a tournament that she should have won already. I mean, that's the type of tournament that so suited for somebody like her. I mean, Sabalenka plays so well there every year. You know, it feels like that would be such a great opportunity to win a 1,000 there. She's won Rome, I mean, which is the harder for the big hitters of the two, right? That's supposed to be the slower tournament. I think the next rivalry is going to be Muchova and Boko. Yeah, it's been pretty good. That Porsche is 130K. Nice. Bonus. The Madrid WTA draw comes out soon. Yep, it does. We'll keep an eye on that as well. We will keep an eye on that. Sabalenka is the only one in the way. Yeah, I know. Sabalenka has stopped Rybakina from having like a ridiculous season. All right, 30-all here. Caboli about to get this break. All right, Caboli fighting back. Now we do have Rublev versus Feast coming up in about an hour and a half, so Stay tuned. Good serve from Shelton, though. 40-30. Beautiful serve down the tee. 40-30. Shelton serves again. Out wide the back end of Caboli. Caboli in the net, 1-0. Shelton holds. We've seen that in the Sunshine Double, how she stopped her. Well, that's it. I mean, yeah, Rybakina wins Indian Wells or Miami if Sabalenka doesn't... I mean, she should have won Indian Wells, right? She had championship points. She could have won Indian Wells. It's right there. Rybakina plays like Gauff hitting at baseline angles. Yeah, a little bit. Caboli, 15 love as he serves to take the lead again. Love the reaction for Rybakina. Yeah, she's so chill. All right, backhand return the net by Shelton, and it's 30 love for Caboli. Hope Muchova wins a slam. Yeah, I would love to see these two play in like the quarters of Roland Garros. I think that'd be such a great matchup. The stakes being that high, and like we know that Muchova played okay today. You know, she definitely didn't play her best, but she played all right. But she just came up against Rybakina, who's playing phenomenal. Maybe on a slightly slower court. By the way, they got that yellow car about to come out. About to take that yellow car home. But yeah, maybe on like Roland Garros quarterfinal between these two might be a bit more competitive. Because that first set was generous to Muchova. Let's be real. It should have been 6-3, 6-1. Rybakina only got broken once. It was while she was serving for that first set. What are Rybakina's chances of Roland Garros? She's got to be top 3. After winning this, you got to think she's probably top 3 favorite, right? It's got to go Sabalenka, Rybakina, Gauff, Swiatek. I mean, that's sort of that feels like that should be the order of things. I know that's the rankings, but I think Gauff defending champion next week will be massive, right? Because Stuttgart, not everybody who wins Stuttgart wins Roland Garros, right? Swiatek was an exception. Obviously won both of them a couple times, but Stuttgart is like the most different to Roland Garros on the clay. Indoor clay, bit faster, you know, a smaller event, right? A really jam-packed event. You don't have to play, you know, over and over and over and over. Like, it's a very different place to Roland Garros, right? Now they're going to bring that car out. Bring out that real yellow car. It's really yellow. Hey, Zan, thanks for the donation. I changed my mind. Rybakina is much more than a serve bot. She can beat Swiatek, Sabalenka, Gauff, and Roland Garros and Rome Clay, though. Hopefully we get to see it. Hopefully we get to see that. That'd be great to have to see what that looks like. She has beaten Swiatek on clay before, but Swiatek did retire that match, so I mean it's hard to know. I mean, Madrid's going to be so interesting. Madrid's going to be really... Sabalenka's back for the first time. You know, Gauff defending finalists. Swiatek with the new coach trying to get some more wins. Andreeva has been on a bit of a tear. And then Rybakina is Stuttgart champion. And Muchova. What's Muchova going to do? That's Svitolina. I mean, there is like a lot of players going to Madrid. It's going to be really interesting. All right, 2-1, by the way. Caboli leads the second. Shelton with a good serve, and the return goes wide, and it's 30 love. Can Rybakina drive? I think she got a license, right? Didn't they make a joke about like the first time she didn't have a license, but now she does? That yellow car is why Muchova didn't win today. Yeah, Muchova Muchova took one look at that card and was like, nah, I'll pass. I don't think I want that card today. All right. Rybakina has beaten every Masters 1000 champ and 500 champion this year except herself. Is that true? That's crazy. Great stat. That is a great stat. Can we give a moment to give the Rockies some love? They won against the 15 and 5 Dodgers. Yes, we did. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, we did. We beat the champs. Thank you for reminding me. 30-15 here. Shelton serves. We're just waiting for this the ceremony. As we do backhand from Caboli into the forehand of Shelton. Caboli forehand into the forehand of Shelton. Caboli with the backhand again up the line. Shelton into forehand inside out. Caboli forehand on the stretch. Shelton forehand again to the forehand of Caboli. Caboli sprays it wide though, and it's 40-15. Caboli's in this second set, but he's getting a little annoyed. He's getting a little annoyed that he's missing some of these shots. All right, 40-15. Shelton serves again. And it's a fault. Second serve. 40-15. There's a backhand return from Caboli into the forehand of Shelton. Caboli backhand into the net. And Caboli bounces in the racket. And Shelton takes the game. It's 2-0 in the second. All right, yeah, Caboli getting pissed off. He's not happy. That was a missed opportunity. All right. All right, back to Caboli. 2-0. Apparently the reason why Caboli was so emotional yesterday because his son of a close friend passed away. Yeah, I heard about that. Man, it breaks your heart. What could we give in the speech? Muchova had a hell of a week. Muchova should be... I mean, she made the French Open final. She could have won that French Open too. She was up a break in the third against Swiatek, and then Swiatek came back to win back in 23. I mean, Muchova is scary. Like she should be feared by everybody in the draw. You think Feast takes it today, like Elena? I think Feast is going to have a tough match against Rublev. Muchova giving a nice speech. I just want to see Rybakina drive this car, and then then we'll merge the streams. All right, 2-0. It's Caboli 30 love. Feels like Caboli's starting to get it together now. Shelton is becoming a clay king. I know, right? Very interesting. All right, Rybakina gets the car. She's got the trophy first. She's going to make the speech, and then she's going to drive that car around and round and round. All right, 30 love. Is it backing up the line from Caboli? Shelton goes into the forehand of Caboli. Shelton doing a lot of running. Back into Caboli again. Shelton forehand up the line. Goes long. 40 love Caboli. Did Ostapenko win Roland Garros one year? She did, yes. That she did. 40 love. Return goes into the forehand of Caboli. He goes to hit a drop shot, but he hits it deep, and Shelton wasn't ready. And Caboli gets the 3-2 and he just gives Shelton a bit of a smile. He's like, I gotcha. He's like, I tricked you. You thought you thought it was going to be a drop shot and I hit it deep and you weren't ready. They're both having a laugh. All right, 3-2 Caboli in the second. he just scooped it. He went for the drop shot and Shelton's like, went to run and then he went, no, I'm going to hit it deep on the baseline. How about that? All right. Rybakina. She's saying thanks to the team. She is thanking everybody. And everybody claps. Hey, Volkov is clapping. He's clapping more than he did after the first set. Says thank you to all the people in the crowd. Thanking everybody. Keeps us going when the crowd's going crazy. I'm so glad Rybakina didn't just have the AO title this year like Keys did last year. Yeah, well, she was always going to win another title, right? If she stayed healthy. Rybakina will most likely sell the Porsche because she doesn't have time to drive it, and you have to live in the country your car is registered. Yeah, I don't know what they do with the cars. I don't know what they do with them. Do they just leave them at the venue, or they... There must be an option, right? There must be an option. Do you want the car, or do you want to, like... Because obviously driving the car is like part of the brand, you know, the sponsor of the tournament, right? It's a part of like the whole, like, you win a Porsche. But there must be like an option, like, do you want this car? But like we said the other day, how would you get a car from Germany to Australia, right? How did Ash Barty win this tournament and get a Porsche? They'd be on the phone. They'd go, hey, what company? Porsche's everywhere, right? They're all around the world. So, like, if, let's say, Coco Gauff won this tournament, they'd call the Porsche dealership over in America and they'd say, hey, give her one of the cars, right? They'd do a trade like that, right? So you wouldn't be able to drive this car exactly. This is just part of the show, right? Just part of the show. But when she goes back to home, they'll call and go, okay, give her one of the cars from the lot over there, right? Unless they give her an option, maybe they go, oh, actually, we'll give you the equivalent in cash or something. I don't know, in like prize money, right? All right, Rybakina's doing donuts around. Well, she's not really. She's doing very slow. All right, she drove slightly off center and around in kind of a circle. Well, kind of, like a semicircle. She didn't crash. Oh, it's on an angle, like one of those, like you know, they put it on an angle. If she went straight down the thing, they would have been like, no. She's already done this before. Like, she's already, you know, she's practiced this, so she knows. She's done this before. She's doing it for the photo. Put it on an angle so that way we can get a good photo of like the side and the front of the car. Like, it's all for the gram, you know. All right, she's got that yellow car though. 30 love here, Shelton. He's trying to hold. And that goes in the net by Caboli. 40 love. Rybakina lives in Dubai. She can take delivery of the car from the Dubai dealership. I don't know where she lives. All right. 40 love. Supercars are a hybrid nowadays, are they? I wouldn't know. 40 love. And Shelton serves again. And ace down the tee. All right. Shelton levels. And it's 3-all. 3-3 in the second. All right, Caboli to serve again. So now Rybakina is going to be in Madrid. Is she the favorite from Madrid or still Sabalenka, right? Sabalenka's got to be the favorite. She's got to be close second, though, right? Is it electric? I have no idea. Is it stick? I have no idea. I'm going to say that it's probably automatic, and I don't know if it's electric. What, an electric Porsche 911? I don't know. Did they make those? Maybe. Backhander goes into the forehand of Shelton. There's Caboli backhand. Into the Shelton forehand. Shelton hits it wide. And it's 15-all. Shelton's getting a little annoyed that he's making these errors. All right, we're going to merge these streams. You want to keep watching, jump on over. All right, 15-all. As Caboli hits a great serve. It's an ace. Shelton's just looking at the line to see if it's in. All right, 30-15. As Caboli, another good serve, 40-15. Caboli's playing a hell of a lot better in the second set. All right, 40-15. Caboli holds, and it's 4-3. Rybakina getting photos with the car, with the trophy. She does a jumping photo, nearly falls over. All right, jump on over. We'll merge these streams and we'll watch the rest of this Munich final. They're really making her do the jump. She's like, keep jumping. Do jumping photos. What? The jumping photos. Rybakina's like, can you just take a photo of me standing? Do I have to jump? They're like, yes. Jump. Keep jumping. Jump up and down. That's better. That's a better photo. Let's go. All right. But great win by Rybakina, 7-5, 6-1. She is the champion of Stuttgart.